The fourth Sunday of Easter is known as Good Shepherd Sunday. It's because of the message of the Good Shepherd that we hear in the Gospel each year. But it's also the World Day of Prayer for Vocations, a day when the Good Shepherd invites others to join in that ministry of shepherd. Not every vocational call is quite as dramatic as that of St. Francis or St. Paul or some of the other great saints, but we believe in faith that each of us has a vocational call from God. What we're invited to do as a disciple of Jesus is our ministry. Now, we often think of vocations as primarily to priesthood, diaconate, or the consecrated life of a brother or sister. But there's also the Christian vocation to marriage. Christians respond to vocations as teachers and social workers. There are so many different ways that we can bring the gospel message into our neighborhoods, into our workplaces. Aren't all of these part of the call we have as a disciple of the Lord Jesus? On Vocation Prayer Day, we're invited to pray indeed for vocations, and that's such an important part of the ministry of all of us as baptized Christians. I think first of all we should pray for our own vocations, to pray to know to what God is calling us, and then to have that grace to respond. That's especially important for younger people who are still discerning what they're called to do in life. I think we're invited to pray for perseverance in our vocations. Sometimes as the years pass in religious life or priesthood or marriage, there are going to be challenges, there might be difficult moments. And so the perseverance in that vocation is an important thing. Asking the Lord to help us to be faithful to that. That is something we can all respond to do. And of course we want to pray for vocations to the ministries of the church, for priests and deacons, for sisters and brothers. Aren't we all aware that there are fewer priests in the church today? Sometimes we're feeling that very really in our parishes, in our local areas, in our dioceses. Sometimes we're feeling that when we go into Catholic schools and hospitals and we don't see the sisters and the brothers that we used to see in those wonderful institutions. And so we're aware that there haven't been at least the same response to those calls as there was in the past. And so we're invited as well to pray for vocations for those ministries. It's so important if we want to have priests and sisters and brothers and deacons in the years ahead, responding to the people of faith, responding so that there are sacraments available, that our children are instructed, and so on and so on. That's all part of what we're invited to do on this Sunday, this World Day of Prayer. The people of faith in the church are very supportive of their religious, of their priests, their deacons. And I think that tells us as well, we should never fear a call from God. A call from God is a wonderful thing. Vocations are wonderful things. May each of us know our Christian vocation and respond generously to it. This is Father Donald at St. Clement Church in Rosedale. Let us all join in prayer and ask the Good Shepherd to send shepherds in so many different ways to serve the people.